entire thing on our back, and there's nothing anybody can do about it.
Sierra did it. She's the champion, the first ever Discover Pro Wrestling champion is Evil Sierra, and I can't believe it. Here we go. Wrestling fans to DPW Apex at the Zenith City Summit. I am your broadcaster, Nick Olson, and tonight I'm joined by my broadcast partner, Zach Crushore. Our VIPs are here in the building at Clyde Ironworks in Duluth, Minnesota. And we are going to get this started with two newcomers here at DPW, Zach.
It was so nice they asked me to do it twice. I'm back and I'm here to add a little class to this booth. Looking forward to another wonderful VIP event.
So am I. All right, we got Cousin JD making his way to the ring here to kick off DPW Apex. We've got Reginald Paul Gray in the ring already, and we're getting introduced to these guys just as the DPW fans are here right now, Zach, so we're not sure what we're about to see, but we're excited to see something, that's for sure.
Well, you know, you kind of hit the nail on the head there. I'm flabbergasted to begin this night. We have a cousin and we have a gentleman who apparently has a very important phone call and a very highlighted man bun, but once again, I love for information. You seem to be the information guy. Cousin, who's cousin exactly?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. And is that what he had there, Zach, was a cell phone?
Well, I mean, I would assume that's what you put up to your ears to speak. I mean, I'm no expert on technology.
Okay, yeah, well, that is a first. We're checking a box here. The first time I've ever seen a performer, a wrestler, walk to the ring with a phone.
Clearly a very important phone.
It's nice to meet you.
We've got a shaking of hands here.
I'm still not sure if I want you to. There we go. All right, yeah. We baited a bit. Still not sure if I want you to take this whole match or if I actually. I'm getting paid for this, right?
Well, that'd be something to discuss with somebody else above my pay grade. But I will say we've got referee TJ Bowles in there for the action right now.
I do not envy this man.
And Reginald Paul Gray, as you mentioned, Zach, baited in Cousin JD, and now he's got the upper hand here in the early going, and he's got him into the corner with a foot to the throat.
Utilizing about as much of the 5 count from the referee as he could, and now it seems we're going to style the man bun.
Well, some people would like that man bun to be covered. I'll leave that at that, and he's got the hat on. Oh, no. And Cousin JD did not take lightly to that. And our first chop
hard
of Apex
to the sternum, putting the hat back on.
An Irish whip, oh, a strong Irish whip, and down goes Cousin JD down into the first turnbuckle.
Face broke the fall, as we can see.
And that was with authority there from RPG, Reginald Paul Gray. And now, you know, you see the arrogance of this guy so far in this matchup.
Well, I mean, when you look at the opponent, I mean, I'm not so sure. I know I've been talking about his hair, but so far, I've liked what I've seen. The confidence that you seem to always look at as arrogance. I'm not quite sure why. But when you look at the opponent, how could you not feel slightly arrogant when this is what you're up against?
Well, Zach, I mean, he grabbed his hat. Now he's pandering to the camera. I mean, wrestling's one thing, you know, little jawing here and there is one thing, but focus on the match. And look at, he paid for it right there, roll up. And just barely.
Momentary lapse in judgment almost cost Reginald the victory there.
Yeah, it did, just barely kicking out of that quick roll up there from Cousin JD. And a little mishap there from the Cousin. He kind of looked like he was going to go for a shoulder block of sorts, maybe tripped over his own foot and right into a side headlock takedown. And now we got to see TJ Bowles here making sure that both shoulders are not on the mat. In great position there. And now we've got a head scissors now.
Cousin JD showing the ability to get out of the hold.
And he looks like, you know what, that's a first that I've seen in a while, a noogie there. When was the last time you seen one of those at?
Just a moment before when Reginald did it, but you were concentrating more on this cousin of yours.
He was getting him back, little tit for tat there. I must have missed the first one. I didn't miss that. Clubbing blow to the back of the head. And now walking over the top of him. And this crowd here in Duluth is letting Reginald know what they think of him.
Might need to change the phrase of very important person after this.
Oh, a little jaw jacker there, back into the rope. And up and under, and
over the head of steam, and put out.
2. Oh, a near fall there.
Now Reginald's going to have some words with our referee. Doesn't agree with the count.
Almost got him. Nice little up and under reversal there.
You're trying to make a name for yourself here in DPW. You would think you'd want some decent competition, especially when you're starting out our VIP show, and you're giving this child, this literal child.
Well, I got to tell you, I do not know who Cousin JD is, and he might have been, for all we know here, Zach, he could have been somebody out of the crowd that took on Reginald. The way his arrogance has shown thus far, who knows what he said to somebody in the parking lot, and a reversal there, and another reversal, now foot to the chin, and on the second rope cross body,
Kid's got a wave of energy all of a sudden.
And Cousin JD now feeding off the crowd here in Duluth, who's getting fired up. Brings our Reginald back to his feet. And he's called for something, we're not sure what, off the top rope. Bulldog!
Crawling
using
into
the
a
rope for some leverage. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2.
Not enough from the Cousin.
And the tides have turned here now. Cousin JD with the upper hand.
You know, this opening contest, we talked about this last time, this opening contest might be the opening contest for the referee as well. All of a sudden, both competitors seem to have this issue with the count.
Yeah, you're right. We've had both competitors question TJ Bowles. Oh, right to the eyes, right in front of the official. And now a kick to the knee and a sit-down DDT. And we're going to have another cover here. 2, almost got him. Oh man, was that close. TJ Bowles saying that was 2.
Now 2 7/8.
Oh my goodness. And I could see how RPG's got a little bit of a gripe there. His hand did hit the mat.
Well, apparently Reginald's got to get back to a phone call about this.
And a forearm. And tried to go underneath him. A roll up, doesn't get the shoulders quite down. The ropes were in the way.
That's what happens when you are, that's what happens, the difference between a trained athlete and, once again, a small child.
And now, RPG again with the upper hand, clubbing blow to the back of the head there. Brings Cousin JD down, forearm shiver to the side of the jaw. Now he's got an Irish whip.
Keep saying RPG, and I feel like JD Daniels plays a lot.
Oh! Sunset flip. He got him!
Oh!
My goodness! out of nowhere, cousin JD is 1-0 in DPW action. Who is this guy, Zach?
I don't know, but RPG might want to call somebody because he just lost. Somebody, maybe call Child Protective Services.
Well, and he is celebrating now with the Duluth crowd. And what a sunset flip into a power bomb. Took RPG by surprise, and he was stunned just enough to hold him down for the 3 count. And these two are drawn with each other here after the matchup. And now,
Is it still legal to yell at children?
well, it depends on what state you're in Minnesota. I'm not quite sure about the laws there, but we've got one in the books here at DPW Apex. And cousin JD, I didn't think I would be announcing he as the first winner of our first contest here. Let's go back down to the ring and Brian Sager.
Here for a little bit here. I'm just going to take my time to get to know some of you out there. Starting with this gentleman right here. Please stand and rise. Remove your ball cap. No, I'm just kidding very much. So tell us, Matt.
Got me. I thought we were having an anthem all of a sudden.
Tell them it is 666. Tell us, how did you discover pro wrestling?
Facebook and YouTube, Instagram, all the social medias. Follow them on it.
Even way back in the day? How did that work?
I heard rumors about it starting, and it turned out to be a dream come true.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Matt. You've been a pleasure here. We always like hearing your voice loud and proud here at DPW.
All right, he mentioned Discover Pro Wrestling on Instagram. It's just at Discover Pro Wrestling. Find us there on IG.
Please rise. What is your name and how did you discover pro wrestling?
My name is Ingrid, and I discovered it through my daughter and her boyfriend, who does a broadcast for wrestling.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the show. Give her a round of applause here. We're going to keep going around here. This guy looks like he's a big pro wrestling fan, don't you? Would you like to join me up here, sir? Please tell everybody your name and how you discovered pro wrestling.
I'm John McGill. Just watching it. So I don't know this. And watching it and enjoying it.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for coming out. Enjoy the show. Woo! 3 corners down. One girl. Come over this way. Who likes like that to talk? This guy looks like he likes to talk. Come on up, sir. Please tell us your name and how you discovered pro wrestling.
My name is Jeremy, and I discovered it from this guy.
This guy is this guy. Gary, nice to meet you as well. Guess what? Now you're a part of this. Gary, please stand up. Tell us how you discovered pro wrestling.
Again, my name is Gary, and I discovered pro wrestling on Facebook. I saw that for the tickets for the first show.
Fantastic. Well, we're glad you're here with us, Gary. Thank you. Give these guys a round of applause. Thank you, tremendous.
All right. Brian Sager giving a second to some of our fans
Something
here.
I'd like to point out here, I haven't seen it God knows how long, but it's great to see her. The lovely, the vivacious, the wonderful Molly here. Molly, how did you discover pro wrestling?
Actually, through another photographer, Drake, also known as Indulging Disability.
Also known as the Drakester. She loves that nickname.
What's this corner down? Yeah, that's we started photographing together roller derby, and she brought me into a show for wrestling, and I have not been able to get enough of it since then. And it's been about 5 years.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Molly. See somebody has a fan around here. Who else got it?
Hollywood.
So, Brian, how did you get into wrestling?
Tables are getting turned
I
here.
don't think we have time for that.
Let's get started.
I don't think anybody cares. Does anybody care?
Hollywood.
Not my show. Okay. Well, I discovered pro wrestling back at the right young age of probably about about 6, I walked in, my grandpa was watching WrestleMania 3. And I asked my grandpa, what are you watching? He's like, wrestling. I sat down, I was absolutely, fell in love with it, and didn't think that somewhere down the line it would be a part of what I do for semi-living, I guess you could say. So it's actually very great to be a part of something that you love. And I know all the boys and the girls in the back are very passionate about this business as well. They love it too. So we're going to be on here soon to definitely entertain and work their asses off for every single one of you. Austin here, the promoter of Rugged Pro Wrestling. How did you discover pro wrestling?
Wow. I discovered pro wrestling by, that's a good one, I've always watched pro wrestling. But I really, it's one of those weird things when you really can't think back. All I remember is having like a bone crushing action on Michaels that my babysitter gave me. It's like the earliest memory I have, and I never stopped watching. Like everybody else has a little like goal, they stopped watching everything.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And then, of course, the general manager of Discover Pro Wrestling, Alex Riley. Alex Riley. When did you discover pro wrestling?
I remember when I was a kid, I saw a collection of VHS of the best Monday Night Raw. And I remember the moment of Bad Blood, Hell in a Cell, where it was The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. And the moment that Kane walked in, he debuted the WWF, he tore out the door and brought up fire from the turnbuckles. That was the moment that I knew I wanted to be a pro wrestler.
Yes, and can you say that infamous line that's forever cemented with that in that moment? That's gotta be Kane! Is he okay? JD, that was a hell of a win, by the way. Let's give it up for JD. Good win there. So my man JD, when did you discover pro wrestling?
Back home on the farm, we was getting around the trailer park. We called it the farm because we had the cornfields out there. But me and my cousin Tiny, we one day we were wrestling the pigs, and I said, you know what? I think this will be really cool. So I reached out to my mama when I got back home, and I said, Mama, we get a TV. I heard they got the wrestling on the TV, and Mama got me a little tube TV over there, and we started watching the wrestling. And I'll tell you something, my cousin Lucy over there, she's the biggest greasy pig I ever done wrestle. But I'm gonna tell you something, she got a lot of fat lifting her.
Sounds like a very interesting time there. JD, I do have one more question for you. Everyone's very concerned about this, and I'm sure you can definitely know the answer. Did you get your hat and your flannel back up?
I had to beat them up back there, but I got it. Y'all want, I can't come back there. They told me I gotta go to the back and stay back there for a little while.
Well, I was very worried, but I'm glad you got your hat back. Thank you so much, JD. Give it a call.
Cousin JD.
Well, one last person left to go. He is the founder and promoter of Discover Pro Wrestling, Eric here. Anyway, Eric, when did you discover pro wrestling?
I don't even know where we are right now.
Twilight Zone.
Yeah, so I discovered pro wrestling. Actually, it's a really weird story. I was extremely ill one night, and I'm laying in my parents' bed, and I'm watching WCW for whatever reason. And this is the first time that my infantile eyes have laid eyes on this sport. And the wrestler Sick Boy comes out into the ring as I'm laying there sick. And I hated wrestling at first because of that. But yeah, no, I think we're good to go though. Let's all discover some more pro wrestling right now.
All right, let's head back down to the ring and Brian Zager.
I appreciate that, but it's time to get back to business. The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
from Seattle, Washington comes Therron Edwards, and he is one half of this matchup that is the Forge Academy Showcase portion of DPW Apex.
Forge putting out some of the best talent in the Midwest, and tonight on this combined show of the Summit, we're going to get a chance to see it.
Absolutely right. Therron Edwards making his way in the ring, also making his DPW debut right here on Apex. Pounds of Big Beasley. Both of these young men trained at Forge Academy in Central Iowa. Obviously, it's owned by Rugged Pro owner Austin Fouts, and they just made a big announcement that one half of our main event this evening, All Steel Jay Fowler, has signed on to also train the students there at Forge Academy.
Well, they better stay away from that posterior of hers. They might lose an eye.
Well, and here we go, match 2 of Apex.
This is really one of those moments where you sit back and realize young career, Apex, VIP experience, people getting a chance to see these guys before the live shows. This is really your opportunity to show that you've got something in this business.
That's what this is all about, Zach. You got that right. And let's see what these guys can do. Lock up in the center of the ring. Side headlock there by Edwards. And I would assume, Zach, he's going to try to ground the bigger Big Beasley.
Well, Edwards certainly looks like a man that would probably beat you up for staring at him wrong in a bar. And let's see if there's any athleticism. But hey, power beats athleticism about 90% of the time.
Inverted atomic drop. Went for a sidewalk slam and got a head scissors takedown.
Almost out of the ring goes Beasley.
Here's the clapping, huh? And now into the corner. And went for the chop, ducked underneath. And oh, a chop of his own.
Edwards took a little too much time to showboat that chop.
And Beasley showing us a little athleticism there out of the corner. Up and under, right back at him now.
Beasley should have learned right then and there. Don't make the same mistake your opponent does.
Yeah, he learned the hard way now, and we got a boot to the midsection now from Edwards. Irish whip into the other side. And oh my goodness, what a lariat into the corner. And another one.
Edwards trying to knock down the much bulkier opponent.
And now that's third time's the charm. He's teetering. Oh my goodness, what a forearm smash to the face. You can hear that all the way up in the rafters. And now the hammer lock, and now raining down right hands into the shoulder. And he's got the bigger Big Beasley off of his feet. We'll see what he can do with it now. Hasn't been able to capitalize on this situation yet, and knee to the side of the head.
Vicious knee to the side of the head. Disrespectful shots to the back of the head now.
Again, arm lock here behind the back, wrenching that shoulder, working on the shoulder right now.
You take out the shoulder, you take out the arm, you take out the power of the bigger opponent. You need to bring him down to your size, and you need to have a game plan. And Edwards so far has been the only person I've seen with a consistent game plan.
I can't argue that. He's got a good game plan here. And right now he's got Beasley on the ground, which is where he wants him.
There was a fight.
And staying on top of him.
Right to the shoulder.
And now we got a headlock apply. Reverse chin lock. Beasley fighting with all of his might to get out of it. I think Edwards raked him across the eyes there.
Referee saw it, but technically it's only illegal if the referee throws you out.
And again, forearm to the back. Down goes Beasley again. We'll see what Edwards has for him now. He's really done a good job here of grounding the big man. We mentioned that to start this match off. And now
Beasley just rolled, and the size of Big Beasley just throwing his opponent halfway across the ring.
And reversal now, and Beasley up to his feet, turning him over, and oh wow, we got a single leg crab here. Half Boston crab in the center of the ring. And Edwards able to fight out of that thing.
Well, Edwards couldn't get the shoulder to take away the power. Now he's trying to take away the base.
And these guys both up to a vertical base in the corner here. Irish whip. Underneath the clothesline, and oh, a clothesline of his own. And this big man is showing some athleticism time and time again here. Another clothesline.
Beasley with a little speed here. Big man might be running out of gas here.
He's trying to get some. Oh! Good night.
Like getting hit by a Mack truck, picked up by it, dropped by it again.
There. Huge sidewalk slam. We're going to have a cover here. First cover of the match. 2 in a near fall. Almost got Edwards there with a huge sidewalk slam from the corner.
Edwards can't take too many of those.
And now Beasley, I think, may have knocked the wind out of him, Zach, when he dropped on that sidewalk slam. I think the knee of Edwards went up into the solar plexus there and knocked the wind out of Big Beasley.
Big Beasley's shoulder might be out of its socket after that. Thrown into the center of the rope there.
And now working that shoulder again.
Taking him for a ride around.
Here we go. Oh, into the second turnbuckle, excuse me. Shoulder first.
That feels good.
And he is again working on that shoulder. That has been his target body part here, without a doubt.
Edwards seems to be showing me a lot here. Continues to work on the same body part. Goes back to the same thing that seems to be working. This, however,
backdrop with the power. A little bit of power shown there by Edwards. Getting the big man up. 1, 2, 3. He got him. He got him.
Therron Edwards with a huge victory in front of a VIP crowd.
I don't think, Zach, I do not think Big Beasley ever regained his win. In a turning point of that match was actually an offensive maneuver by Big Beasley, a sidewalk slam that the knee of Edwards, I believe, got him in the stomach, took the wind out of him, and never regained composure.
Well, again, you said this was a showcase of students, and that's basically what we got, was a couple missteps from both, but one of them was able to capitalize, and one of them probably should go back to class.
Well, both of these men gave us up there the second match of DPW Apex, and let's kick it back down to Brian Sager for the main event here of Apex.
If you haven't done so already, please check out the merchandise stands to find all your favorite Discovery Pro Wrestling and Rugged Pro Wrestling wrestler merchandise.
Hall from Cleveland, Ohio. He made a comment on social media leading up to this event. He said he's going to do what he does best and ruin everything here at DPW Apex. Now, I'm not sure exactly what he means by that, Zach, but we're going to find out here in the main event.
Well, so far I'm looking at this gentleman, and I'm not quite sure I'd like to know anything he does in his daily routine.
And we've got, is that a curtsy? A bow? I'm not sure what that is, but...
Well, it certainly is making an impression on us. Again, the main event of our VIP show.
from Midnight Cavalry, Two Guns. And we were introduced to Two Guns at DPW 3 when he competed in the tag team gauntlet match. He and Elvin Gray, who's going to be in action here later tonight with Coda Jacobs. And these guys were very impressive in Two Guns' debut at DPW 3.
A tag team match that damn near stole the night if it weren't for the main event of two of the best in the Midwest. But we definitely have an opportunity here tonight to see, like you said, someone that has already impressed us here in DPW and has an opportunity to do it once again to get himself future shots at possibly moving up here in Discover Pro Wrestling.
Absolutely, and we're going to see how Two Guns fares in the singles matchup. Now, he's used to tag team action. We're going to see what it looks like for Two Guns in a singles match here against Brock Hall, who is, again, someone we don't know much about here, Zach, but we do know he said he's going to do what he does best and ruin everything.
Well, so far, he's up. Not entirely sure if he's ready to go, but the referee is checking on it. Speaking earlier about Two Guns and tag team action, and we're going to definitely see against an opponent who apparently has a plan. Can Two Guns foil that plan, or is the stress of the singles competition going to get to him?
Right, yeah, let's see what strategy is involved now. Wrenching the arm. Brock Hall, now reversal here from Two Guns. And let's see who gains the upper hand here, pun intended, early. And TJ Bowles counting him off. He was in the ropes. That's the right call. And Two Guns didn't quite like it.
I'm not sure if Brock is angry at TJ or if he's mad at the fans.
Grow up!
Here we go. These two feeling each other out here in the early going. Main event of DPW Apex, and now they lock up in the center of the ring again. Two Guns now with the wrist lock and an elbow to the shoulder. Another one right on top.
Hitting multiple sections of the shoulder, causing Brock to think about it more than just once. Brock clearly not taking kindly to that.
No, took advantage of referee's involvement there as he got into the ropes. And that's one thing we've seen thus far is Brock Hall using every part of the ring. Now side headlock applied. He's got down on one knee to add a little leverage, using gravity to help him.
Normally this would be where Two Guns would probably think about reaching his hand out to tag his partner, but as we've said, singles competition here tonight.
That's right, and able to get, oh wow, what a shoulder block. And Two Guns is surprised.
Two Guns getting whiplash with his head bouncing off the peck of Brock Hall.
Over the top and went for a leapfrog there. Oh my goodness, got a elbow to the side of the head.
Guns back with his chop, trying to gain some momentum here.
Underneath clothesline, and a collision there and right into a headlock. No, it doesn't get it. Clubbing blow to the back of the head from Hall. Drop down again.
So far, I think I've seen a little bit of what Brock Hall was talking about. He's here to ruin everything, and apparently he's trying to ruin the equilibrium of Two Guns.
No doubt about that. And the turning point here was Two Guns tried the leapfrog
earlier
and just didn't quite get high enough. And the timing was just not there. And Brock Hall able to regain here and a huge forearm to the side of the head.
Brock Hall clearly, since that moment, has found a way to gain momentum back. Two Guns still maybe a little in shock that it didn't work. Arguably the more athletic competitor, when that moment doesn't always work for you, no matter how many times you hit it, all of a sudden you're a little bit off.
Right, now Two Guns gaining control again here. Chop in the corner. Right hand.
Two Guns
another right hand.
Maybe trying to find himself here.
European uppercut in the corner now. And these two have gone back and forth in this entire matchup. And again, I'll say, Brock Hall uses the ring better than just about anybody I've seen here in DPW thus far. Right hand.
Anything can be a weapon. It's just a matter of how you use it.
Sliding the legs out from underneath him, and now, again, using the ropes for leverage is Hall. choking the life out of Two Guns in the corner.
Hall clearly seems bothered by the referee, and I use that as a sarcastic term.
Crowd now showing their support for Two Guns.
Rock Hall seems less than amused.
And a fallaway slam.
Two Guns falling right on that shoulder. You can see the stretch to try to get some life back in it.
And a huge leg drop there. Rolling senton into a leg drop.
Rock Hall has just about everything you need to become a player here in DPW. He's showing speed, athleticism. I talked about Two Guns being the more athletic. I might have to change my pick on that one.
Yeah, thus far, Hall showing us a lot here. Boot to the face.
And that mean streak is something that will get you very far in this industry.
And Hall not liking that this crowd is trying to will on. Two Guns here. And I would say Hall, oh, there's that first opportunity. Went for the leg drop off the second rope. Two Guns able to move out of the way, and can he capitalize?
Rock Hall ruined everything. How's our rig, by the way, boys? Can we get somebody out there to maybe check that?
Now we'll find out. We'll have to get the DPW crew back in there to check things out. They've done a great job thus far on a clothesline.
Two Guns.
Fired up here. Underneath. Boot to the midsection and a neck breaker.
Swinging neck breaker. Immediately into a
One,
cover.
Two. Oh, a close call.
Rock Hall able to kick out, not just get the shoulder up, but really kick that leg out. A lot of fight left in Rock Hall after the 4 Two Guns.
And yeah, nice maneuver there, nice neck breaker. And now Hall regains his vertical base into the corner. Reversal there on the Irish whip. And let's see what Hall's gonna do. Did he give him too much time? He did, I thought so. Gave him too much time. Boot to the chest.
Two Guns going up high here.
He's gonna fly here, Zach.
It's gonna pay off or not. We're about to find out.
Two Guns from the top. He jumped front drop kick. And down goes Hall. We got a cover. 1, 2. Oh, he almost had him.
And Two Guns not hooking the leg there. You would think maybe the result would have been slightly different.
Yeah, that's a great point. Didn't hook the leg, could have been the difference. Really close near fall there.
We talked earlier, and again, we keep coming back to it. Two Guns is used to tag team action. And sometimes tag team action, maybe you're not the one who's constantly going for the pin.
That's true. Oh, no.
Through the ropes into the unforgiving post. Rock Hall looking to cement.
And down. An impaler DDT.
Brock Hall.
2.
In the leg as well.
3.
And Brock Hall ruining Two Guns' opportunity to show off as a singles competitor.
Again, I gotta say, Zach, the theme of this match was Brock Hall utilizing every part of the ring, and right at the end there, he used the ring post through Two Guns, through the turnbuckle, into the ring post, and then the Impaler DDT was the exclamation point, and now Brock Hall is 1-0 in DPW action.
Couple of messages, not just to DPW management, but to the locker room. Sign them, and then watch out for them.